Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan, and to my returning subscribers, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. In today's video, I want to go more in depth as far as my harvest full moon energy report, and more specifically, lifting that weight off your shoulder. I want to talk to you guys about how I was able to lift the weight off shoulder, and how right now, with the energies coming forth, is the perfect opportunity to. Let's get started. How many of you are still feeling that fear once in a while? How many of you are still getting stressed out about everyday life, everyday things that are happening in your life? How many of you are losing sleep over worrying about something that is most likely not going to happen? This is something that I struggled with for, I'll say, a good portion of the first year of my spiritual awakening. As I was learning, as I was taking in all this information, taking in this knowledge, I'll be honest with you, my life was completely hectic at first. I just couldn't seem to find a way to get out of the situations that I was in. But as I started to grow closer to my angels and my guides, as I started to gain clear guidance, as my intuition, my heart chakra fully open, and it was once I decided to take that first leap of faith. And taking that first leap of faith can be scary because we're taught, think about it, from the youngest age you could possibly remember, we're taught to fear the unknown. But let me tell you this, as you're getting slingshot into the air, as you're way up into the air, it's going to be your ability to remain present. It's going to be your ability to have faith, allowing that faith to grow, allowing that certainty to come forth, and completely believing that you're going to have a safe landing that's going to truly give you the best outcome during these situations. And that is one very powerful way to begin to remove this weight off your shoulder and finally begin to live the life of your dreams. And another way that I was able to begin to lift the weight off my shoulder is I stopped hanging on to things too tightly. As far as all the materialistic things that I had accumulated over the years, I truly stopped caring whether or not they're going to stay in my life or not. It didn't matter, because the motivation I had as far as what I attracted before is not the same as the motivation example as I have right now. Therefore, at the time, I couldn't care less if they were going to be removed out of my life. For me, I had set a certain standard of living that I was willing to accept as far as being able to continue to advance on my spiritual journey. Because for me, when it comes to spirituality, there's no place for lukewarm people. Because I can tell you this, that for those of you, if any of you right now are lukewarm, you're not fully stepping in, you're not fully embracing who you are. You're missing out on so much. Okay, right now, think about it. You're barely touching 1, 2, 3% of your full potential as far as a spiritual being. But it's for those of you who are able to dive in and to fully embrace this journey that you're on, fully accept what is happening to you, and stop resisting the changes that are coming forth. And instead of saying, why is this happening to me? Start appreciating why it's happening for you. By going through these difficult situations, if you're able to remain remotely grateful, and especially if you're able to feel grateful, guess what? Your manifestation's already here. It's just a matter of divine timing. But by embracing more and more as far as different spiritual practices, this is how you're going to be able to stop, because all this stress, this weight that's on your shoulder is all related to up here. It's all the worry, all the anxiety, all the stress, all the fear. Everything you're consuming as far as television, it's fear-based. It's basically everyone's stuck in survival mode at this very moment. But it's once you're able to come down to your heart space. And that's where there's a big difference as far as having knowledge and wisdom. Because it's you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't know how to use it properly, you don't know how to properly move forward, you don't have that compass, it's completely useless. And that's where it's by coming into your heart space. Now you're going to have the knowledge and the wisdom in order to move forward. The majority of you must have heard this. When it comes to spirituality, it's all about finding that perfect balance. But let's be honest, The way the majority of individuals are living, they are so far out of balance, it is not even funny. We live in a society that's been taught to consume, consume, consume. You need a TV, throw it on the credit card. You gotta get a new car. Oh, I still have a balance on my old car. It doesn't matter. Throw it on the loan. And that's how we've been taught to get entrapped into this matrix. But by letting go of these materialistic things and realizing this, okay, those of you who are hanging on to things really tight right now, I'm telling you this, you might have to let go of something for a short period of time. It might possibly be for a year or two. But guess what? What's going to be coming forth is going to be that much better. And not only this, when it's going to come forth, you're not going to be stuck in this matrix with payments. You're going to have everything you need up front in order to get this. And it's the same thing with taking action and then retreating. Okay? I've gone through this so many times. It's just a circle. It's a circle of life during your spiritual journey. And it's an example. This past week, I've had to get a lot more sleep than I normally do. Last weekend, I had to take a power nap Saturday and Sunday. And that's fine. But then there are other days where I am full of energy and I'm taking action. But it's once again, it's finding that perfect balance. It's taking action, but then, okay, surrendering. Surrendering for a bit and see what happens. And that's the thing with this energy coming forth with this harvest full moon being in Aries. Aries rules the first house. The first house is basically everything about you, whether it's physically or everything about you on the inside. And Aries is a fiery sign. Aries has got no problem stepping out of their comfort zone. And not only this, they can speak their truth. And that's why this energy is coming forth right now, to let you know it's okay. It's okay to start speaking your truth. It's okay to allow the most authentic version of yourself to come out. Let that light shine for all the right reasons. Because what's going to end up happening, as you continue to raise up your vibration, what's going to end up happening is you are going to discover what you're truly passionate about. And once you do, when I was talking about that balance between work life and your personal life, pleasure and work, well, guess what's going to end up happening? You're going to start to discover what it is that you're passionate about. And as you do so, you will no longer be working. You will literally be getting paid to have fun, because you're going to be doing something that you're passionate about. And that's what this full moon energy is all about, is to get you to start taking those steps. Start taking action. And don't worry about knowing each and every single step. You just need to know the next step. And as far as for myself, I've really started looking at every little aspect of my life, as far as each and every single day when I'm consuming something. I ask myself, do I need to be watching that TV show? No? Okay, turn it off. I'm going to watch something educational. I don't know about you guys, but I've learned more since the beginning of my spiritual awakening than the past 40 years. I just want to consume information. I want to learn. And when I'm not learning, I am taking action. But it's look at every aspect of your life. Is it serving you or not? If it's not, cut it out. Cut it out. Doesn't matter. And not only this, the habits you have. Are you starting to do habits? Starting to do things that your future self, successful self, will be doing? It all starts as an example. Real simple. Is your future self going to be making his or her bed each and every single morning? Yes? Well, you do it. I don't care if you're at home. I don't care if you're at a hotel. You make your bed first thing in the morning. It's all these little, it seems like meaningless changes occurring. It's all these little tiny changes that you start making, you start implementing on a daily basis. You start getting a routine going, and you're going to see, if you improve yourself 1% per day, think about it in a matter of a year, how much you're going to be improved. Think about how much of a better version of yourself you're going to be, how much more knowledge you're going to have, how much more amplified your spiritual abilities are going to be, how much your compass of life, I'm talking your heart, your intuition. Imagine how it's going to be able to guide you. But you have to take charge of yourself right now. You let go of the victim mentality. You let go of, why is this happening to me? You start realizing all these things have been happening for you to lead you down this path. And not only this, your best days are still ahead. And as you start to move forth with that divine guidance, you're going to see might be a certain amount of time where that manifestation isn't coming forth, but after a while you're going to notice it's going to literally, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be one after another. For me, it's like a 3 month cycle pretty much. Every 3 months I'm able to receive something, then I take a step back, I recuperate, I gain more knowledge, I get ready to take that next quantum leap. But it's all about the level of faith that I have, the certainty I have, the beliefs that I have, and trusting that guidance. And that is only going to happen by opening up to your angels and your guides. Open up to them as if they were your best friends, because guess what? They will become your best friends as you continue to move forward on your journey. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. If you're remotely feeling stress, just go out in nature. Go out in nature, get yourself grounded. If you can't get out in nature, your backyard, just go barefoot in your backyard. Get yourself grounded, clear that mind, and those ideas that are coming forth, start acting on them. Because if you don't, what's going to end up happening? They're just going to go to the next person. That's the God honest truth. When you take in guidance, if you don't act on it, it's going to go to the next person. Why should you miss out? Why should you be the one that's left in the cold? No. Start taking action, and your future self is going to be thanking you. That's it for the video, guys. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. Namaste.